Should be live. Microphone check is good. Hey, so we're building more Bilbo today. We are on Dragon's Maze. Eh, eh. Gonna say, if you don't want to work gather, we can always go to Scryfall. Alright. Looking for fun life gain synergies, which I don't know. We are in Absent colors, but I don't think there was anything particularly big on the life gain in Dragons of Tarkir, so we will have to see what we can find. Ooh. Nope. Benza. Yeah, we don't have particularly high toughness either, or high power. Nor are we looking to be a deck full of that, so. Menace, no. No. 4 mana, 3 power lifelinker, no. Sorry, Collected Company. I already made my opinion of you known last deck we were building. But yeah, even with a higher concentration of lower casting cost creatures, it's way way easier the larger the deck gets for there to be a clump of cards that don't meet that mana value or other condition when only looking at a small percentage of the deck. Like, sorry. Started talking, therefore I cannot breathe comfortably anymore. Alright, so anyway, in a 60 card deck, you're looking at 10% of your deck. In a 40 card deck, you're looking at even more than that. Is it. Let's see. If it's a 40 card deck and you're looking at 6 cards, 4 would be 10%, so it's like 15% of your deck. I think that's the correct math. When you're looking at 6 cards in your 100 card deck, you're looking at a much smaller percentage of the deck, and since you cannot have the same ratio, I don't think, reasonably, for cards that this will hit that you can in a constructed deck, like you're just going to have, most of the time, more lands and more non-creature spells and a few more creatures that are out of the range of it. You're just never going to hit consistently with a card like Collected Company. Like, all of the look at X cards and choose one are just way, way worse in Commander. Also, whereas you only have 24 lands, in your 60 card deck, somewhere in that ratio, 23, 25, somewhere in that range, that you could possibly have in a row, and you already have 4 of them in play in order to cast Collected Company. We have 40 lands in our 100 card decks, the way I build them. It's way too easy for 4 or 5 lands to get close together, and for you to just completely miss on a card like Collected Company. Or, to only hit one card. If you spend 4 mana... Now, granted, if you spend 4 mana to put 5 lands on the bottom of your deck and get your only little creature in those 6 cards, maybe that's not terrible. You certainly didn't want that, but then you flip that and you get, 3 of your artifacts and 2 of your lands and one of your little guys. And if any of those artifacts were super relevant to the board state, they're gone now. That feels a lot less good to have spent 4 mana on your, 3-drop creature on the top of your deck. Deathly Wanderings, Deathwind, Deathbringer. No. Nope. Dramoka's okay, but it's not really what we need. Like, big flying lifelinker, sure, but we're not really super worried about opponents doing things on our turn. Like, we are a way more defensive deck trying to outlive everybody. That's my stated goal, and I'm sticking to that. Yeah, I don't think I need Dramoka's command. Those are the king three. No. Station no. Bow Razor. Foul Renewal. Foul Tongue Invocation no. Wait, tap bolster 1. Purge. Death Toucher. Lifelink destroys a creature with power 4 or greater. Yeah, not really feeling that one. -1. Myth realized. Tap target creature, first strike and lifelink. Exile and return to the battlefield tapped. Nope. Okay, on to the next page. Journey. No. Grave Caller. No. Life draw a card. No. Yeah, well, I'm certainly okay with lifelink and do something else. I kind of need the something else to be a bit more grandiose when I'm paying that much mana just to gain life. Creature mana value less. No. Turn. Counter and gain a life. Whenever opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on the region and gain a life. That's very marginally tempting. Oops. Close that out for right now. It's in streamer mode anyway, but I did not realize I had it open underneath everything. So we pull this up. Go to dragons. Sunscorch Regent. White, white. Oh, 3 white, white. 3 dragon. Yeah, gaining a life every time somebody else casts a spell seems potentially good enough. Like, I don't care about the dragon getting huge and being a win con in and of itself. I just care about gaining tons of life. Yeah, so if you're starting in part 6 instead of, part 1 for whatever reason, the goal here is not necessarily to activate Bilbo. It is to outlive our opponents. I've had this idea for this deck for a while, but I didn't have a proper commander picked out for it. So when I saw Bilbo, I'm like, no, that sounds about right. There's all the dual decks, 8th edition, Eldritch Moon. So, whereas normally I focus very, very firmly on the actual abilities of the commander. Like, normally I'd be trying to figure out how to get to the 111 life specifically and what creatures I was going to dump into play once I did that. For this deck, I just kind of want to not die. So, I've been thinking about building a deck that had this as its primary focus, and we're going to see if I can't make that work. I don't think we need Blessed Alliance. Target angel or human? Don't think we need. Every creature you control attacks defending player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Meh. Don't think we need Bruna or Brazella. Although it is a big flying lifelink creature. The thing is, I think we will have enough angels that Bruna will have, like, between the angels and the human clerics we should have plenty of things to bring back with Bruna. I just don't know if we need a 7-drop 5/7 angel for anything. Maybe? Hey, let's pull up Eldritch Moon. Hating light. 5 white, and she's a 5/7. Horror. Okay. Don't need certain death, clear shot, collective brutality, effort, no. Don't need crypt breaker. Deploy the gatewatch, desperate sentry. Your opponent reveals their hand. You choose from it a non-land card with mana value 3 or less, and a card with mana value 4 or greater. Oh, they discard those cards. If they exiled the cards, I might possibly be interested in it. Yeah, one of the ways I plan to actually win the game, since I'm not trying to kill the opponent so much as I am trying to not die myself, is to actually very, very slowly and steadily exile everything that they have and recycle all of my cards as they go to the graveyard, so that way we can keep exiling things until they actually have nothing left. Which means I'm not super interested in the temporary exiles, your banishing rings and whatnot, but I'm very interested in swords to plowshares type effects, so. Yeah, if the Mindbender had exiled the cards from the opponent's hand, which it seems weird that it doesn't, because we were just coming off of the Battle for Zendikar Oath of the Gatewatch set, so. Flying First Strike Lifelink, which is not terrible, but I don't even know that we're running Bruna in the first place. And I feel like we would only be running Gisela because we're running Bruna, and then we get the giant Angry Eldrazi. Angel Monster. Flash, Lifelink, other humans get +1/+1 and Lifelink. It's okay. Yeah, if we did not have way better options than this is more the type of disenchant effect I would be looking for, but I do know we have plenty of other stuff coming up. Prototype. Free of Nature. Graph Mob. Oath of Liliana. Yeah, I don't think setting my life total to 26 is where I want to be at. Abominable. Yeah, I don't think we need Selfless Spirit. Cards like that are always like, they basically just amount to you have to make me use that first and then kill all of my stuff, and that's usually not that big a deal. Enchantment, you gain 4 life. Yeah, not at 4 mana, we're not. Uh, Session Reach. Think we need Heretic Cathar. Excuse me. Tree of Perdition. Yeah, I think not. I was joking with my brother about running Tree of Perdition in this deck. Like, and we're gonna make your life total 13, but then we need a way to get Tree of Perdition to lose toughness, so that way the exchange keeps going poorly for the opponent. So it finally kills them outright. Hey, oh, that's Eldritch Moon. On to Eventide. Definitely not. Creature gains persist. Dies, exile target permanent. Yeah, I could maybe see the Archon. Oops. Alright, so this is Eventide. This is of Justice. Okay. 3 white, white. Archon. Tap target creature. Whenever you cast a white spell, you may untap this. Batwing Broom. Prevent all combat damage dealt this turn if white was spent. Each player loses 1 life for each attacking creature they control if black was spent. I think so. Beckoning Apparition. No. Bloodied Ghost. No. Ender. Anchor Abomination. Cauldron Haze. Unfortunately, most of my creatures are going to be too small. Cauldron Haze will not actually save them. Enlistment. Wood Ghoul. Creek Liege. Ashes. Right, it's the red-white one where you can gain life for casting white spells. I don't think we need the Divinity of Pride. We definitely don't need Deity of Scars. Divinity of Pride is a 5 mana 8/8 flying lifelink. I mean, we probably don't need that. Most of our creatures are too small for Doomgape. Really need Drain the Well. Everstrike. Black creature gains Wither. Flicker Wisp. Don't need the Guilian Edge Mage. Player discards a card. They put target card from your graveyard on top of your library. Nope. No. Yeah, I don't think we need Helix Pinnacle. As funny as that would be, like, you know what else we need to get to 100? This thing. Searing Emblem, Light from Within. For each black and or red permanent target opponent controls. Yeah, I'm good. Every opponent, maybe, still probably not. Don't need Necro Skitter, Needle Spectre, Nightmare Incursion. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I need to win with the preemptive exiling from the deck. You know, try and take as many of their win cons slash problematic cards as I can. Lifelink, Odious Trow, Troll Signaler, Fluorescent Feast. Creature return. Each player returns each creature from their graveyard to the battlefield with an additional -1/-1 counter on them. +3/+3 has persist. Wither and persist. Attacks reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, gain life equal to its toughness, lose life equal to its power, and put it in your hand. Huh. I mean, I'm expecting most of our creatures to be even in the power versus toughness, but I'm also, you know, more expecting when it varies, it's going to be higher toughness with this deck. So maybe. It still seems medium at best, letting me draw an extra card if the top card of my deck is a creature. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. Sacrifice X goats, add X mana, and gain X life. Yeah, I don't think so. Flying gains first strike, has pro 2 colors. No. Flying and 3 mana regenerate a creature. 2 and retrace. Twin Flasher, Umbral Stalker. Oh, Unmake. I remember when you were actually an okay card for white black, and now we just have so many better options. Like, okay, you have Swords to Plowshares, but after that, like, would you like another way to exile big scary creatures? Because Path to Exile hasn't been printed yet. Hey, so that was Eventide. Onward to Exodus. And from your graveyard to your hand. That creature, enchantment, and a land, and sacrifices the rest. Huh. I did not think of that. Cataclysm does not let you choose a planeswalker, but you do sacrifice the other permanents that you control. So that would actually be really terrible for my planeswalker deck. I don't think I registered that with Cataclysm. Every time I just kind of gloss over, it's like, yeah, you pick one of each of your permanents and then you lose the rest, and so does everybody else. But because it names all the permanent types, it does not let you get around. They would lose all of your battles and all of your planeswalkers. Stealthy Jackal, Warlord. Nope. Think so. Think we need Core Chant for anything? Go to Mana Bond. Mind Maggots, Mindless Automaton, no. Oaths. Discard a card, gain 3 life. Nope. Of your choice would deal damage this turn, prevent that damage. Nope. Counter enchanted creature, no. No. Alright, there's a part of me that wants reconnaissance just for the things that will trigger when I attack to let me gain life, so I can take my creatures out of combat if they get into trouble. RECONNAISSANCE. Okay. Your creatures gain 1, regenerate this creature. Nope. War Beast, Slaughter. Destroy target enchantment, no. Your Soul Warden. I forgot she was from Exodus. I thought she was from, like, Urza's block for some reason. Wait, Human Cleric? I believe. Yeah. Hannibal, Hatcher, Rogue, Weaver. If I knew we were going to be able to do shenanigans with Weaver and Feeders 1/1 counters, I would run them, but Survival of the Fittest. It's really hard for me to say no to survival when I'm in green and care about creatures and have a wide gambit of them. I do feel bad whenever I keep putting this thing on the list, though, because it is so expensive, money-wise. Their Squadron, Thrall Surgeon, Lycid, Dungeon, Wall of Nets, Wood Elves. Hey, so that was Exodus. Onward to Fallen Empires. It should not have anything unless I'm forgetting some weird life gain card. I mean, there's the Money Changer, but that one's not gonna make it in here. I don't need Balm of Restoration. 1 damage dealt to any target this turn. Nope. Oh, there we go. We can use Delif's Cone. We can sacrifice it and have one of my creatures that's attacking and isn't blocked deal no damage, and I can gain life equal to its power. Yes, I'm going to keep mocking you, Delif's Cone. Ilex. Praetor, no. Blocking creature gets 1 toughness. There's the farmer that I was talking about the other day. Still not what we're doing. Don't need the Hand of Justice. Heroism. Patient Infantry. Here. Here's the money changer. So it comes into play. You get dealt 3 damage and get 3 credit counters on it. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, you can put another credit counter on it, and you can sacrifice it to gain life equal to the amount of credit counters on it, but only during your upkeep. You know, very, very, very roundabout way of gaining life. Down, implements, initiates, mind stab, thrall, nectrite. Night soil, the orders. Yeah, I didn't expect to find anything here. I have not been disappointed so far. Tap all blocking creatures, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Each attacking creature and blocking creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Put a -1/-1 counter on a creature that think so. Throw champion, Torox Chant, Torox Gate, and the Zelon Sword. Okay. Fallen Empires. On to Fifth Dawn. Gain 5 life, prevent 5 damage, but it costs 4 mana and entwines for 2. Bound, armed response. Protection from black and red, and has the Soul Sisters ability. Alright. What's her name again? Champion. White for a human cleric. Return target artifact card with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to your hand. I don't think we need that for anything. Permanent. First, Battered Golem. Double target player's life total and shuffle Beacon of Immortality into its owner's library. Yes. Yes to that one. Beacon of Unrest. Not so much for this deck. If I knew I could proliferate, I might actually want the Clearwater Goblet. But since I don't think I'm going to... Graveyard on the bottom of your library and draw a card. Think so. I might, however, want Crucible. Two mana in any combination of colors, no. Desecration Elemental. Doubling Keys. Whispers. Eternal Witness. I mean, I might want Eternal Witness. Have to see, but Shaman. Right, no. Flesh Grafter, no. Horned Helm, Arrows, Sight, Leon Squire, Damage, Ecosynth Golem, your Servitor, Bracers, no Mantle. Earth creatures gain 3 life for each creature. Pay X life, look at the top X cards of your library, put one of those cards in your hand, and exile the rest. Nope. Casa, no. Razor Manticore, or Masticore, rather. Destroy all creatures that dealt damage to you this turn. So the upside to this one is that the opponents don't know they're losing all of their creatures. The downside is it only works that one time against that one opponent, unless other players are using their activated abilities or whatnot, or triggered abilities to deal damage to me that turn. It's not actually combat damage specific. This one I might have trouble fitting in the deck and won't run, but we will have to see. I don't think we need Roar of Reclamation. Ah. Oh, there we go. The Silent Arbiter. That stops opponents from attacking me even if they wanted to. So maybe then? Maybe for Silent Arbiter? What's casting cost again? 4? Construct. 5. Manta, Solarian, Arian. Staff of Domination. I don't believe we're going to be able to generate infinite mana with this deck, so we won't be able to gain infinite life off of activating the staff. That's just sad. Yeah, just set me to 1,000,000,000,000 real quick. So that way everybody knows how pointless this game has become. They're not going to kill me with actual damage, like commander damage or whatnot, or poison counters, alternate win cons. Okay, so that was 5th Dawn. 5th edition, 4th edition, From the Vault, everything. Future Sight. Hey, Future Sight, what random life gain cards did you have that I want? Damage. 4 life on my upkeep. Copy it for each permanent put into the graveyard this turn. Don't think so. Clouds, or Cloud Key rather. I almost said Cloudstone Key. Thinking of the Curio. Coalition Relic. No. Great Coronet. Rattle. Deep Cavern Imp. Autumn. Apocryphite. Festering Wound. Frenzy Sliver. Ash. Glittering Wish. Gold Metal Lookout. Storyteller, Icar Slick, Prevention Pact. Yeah, nope, not even a deck where I super care about life gain. Do I want Intervention Pact in my deck? Judge Unworthy, Kavu Primarch, Susri, Path, Mentor, Born, oh, Abyss, Magus of the Moat, Vineyard Ether, Lifelink protection from mana value 3 or greater. Yeah, you hold off Ulamog, tiny little Pithkin rogue, while all the other permanents around you are exploding and my decks are getting exiled. Yes, multiple decks. All of them are getting exiled. This one lone Kithkin just refuses to bow to invading Eldrazi. The Nihilith, no. All damage will be dealt to target creature this turn. Nope. Royal Enchantments, no. No. Chance an artifact or enchantment, I choose one, destroy it, or I just gain 2 life each turn. Rebel permanent with mana value 5 or less, no. Flourishing, no. Do I want Rift Sweeper at all? Make sure I don't randomly lose something important. Maybe? Your site. And the green. Or just to get cards that I'm having exiled back into my deck. Elf Shaman, too. That way I don't lose anything too important until I've lost Rift Sweeper and excuse me, and Pull from Eternity from Time Spiral itself. Exile Salt Skitter, return to the battlefield under his owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Dealt to each creature you control this turn. Enters the battlefield. I gain protection from the color of my choice until end of turn. I'm debating. I want Set's Tiger. I guess I can add it to the list because we might. This feels like one of those cards that's going to stay on the list too long and get cut because eventually it's just not going to be good enough. At 3/3. And it's like, I'm imagining best case scenarios where our opponents are attacking us primarily with creatures of one color and we just negate all of the damage that I would be taking while getting to make the best blocks we can. So I'm perfectly fine, and all of their things are dying. I don't need Summoner's Pact. Veilstone Amulet, no. Don't think we need Rapid Vigor. Like, there's too many old school Wraths that get around regeneration that don't get around heroic intervention and all of those things, so probably just want to lean on them. Not terrible, but alright. What are the 3 game night cards from this one? Cost 1 less for each opponent you have. Trample. Each player searches their library for 2 basic land cards and puts them onto the battlefield, then shuffles. Nope. Create a number of 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance equal to the number of opponents you attack this turn. No. Black one is the zombie one. Nope. Okay. Game night 1. 2. Whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents, that player loses 1 life. Shaker Giant. I think so. And the white one is choose a creature with the greatest power, destroy those creatures. Maybe if it exiled, I would consider it at 7 mana, but. Alright, and game night free for all. Then onward to Gatecrash. I think 2 of them, like the white and the black one, have alphabetically very end of the list names. Attacks, it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of other elves you control. Can assign its combat damage as though it was not blocked. Nope. Scrolling. Yep. There's Vogar, Necropolis Tyrant. Another creature dies during your turn, 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, draw cards for each counter on it. White one is flying. As long as it's your turn, equipped creatures you control have indestructible. Nope. That was free for all. On to Gatecrash. Excuse me. Snapjaw, no. Oh, that's true. This is gonna be more extort cards, isn't it? Blocked by Almsbeast have lifelink. Skirmisher. Transport. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if any of the other extort cards are gonna make it, but Blind Obedience probably has a chance. So this is Gatecrash. Obedience. 2 mana or 1 mana? 2 mana. It's the authority of the consoles then that's the 1 mana enchantment that makes their creatures come in tapped. Boros Elite, Cartel Aristocrat. Paid new. Wolf Creature. Cryptghast. I don't think we need the Cryptghast. I keep saying black is our tertiary color out of the 3, so we'll have fewer swamps than anything else. Has tap target creature? No. Sour Flesh. -5, no. Frontline Medic. Adaphage, no. Creature target opponent controls becomes a creature, and exile all other permanents. Meh. Multicolored, no. Destroy target non-land permanent. Think so. Immortal Servitude. With mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, I have a lot of low casting costs, but they're still a bit all over the place, like 1s, 2s, and 3s, so I think I want Immortal Servitude. Enters the battlefield. For each opponent, exile up to one target creature that player controls. That player gains life equal to its power. Yeah, I think I like Luminate Primordial here. That seems like the thing if I'm going to cast an expensive card, what I want to be casting. Exiling my opponent's stuff. Avatar 4/7. And then blinking it later on. Do I want Merciless Eviction? I might. I almost definitely want Farewell as my, okay, we just need to exile a whole bunch of things and I don't have a whole lot going on, so let's go ahead and do that. Suppose I will consider Merciless Eviction. Much the same reason. Still want Farewell more, but that doesn't mean we don't have room for this. Potentially. Excuse me. Murder Investigation, Naturalize. There's attack, it's +1/+1. No. Don't think we need the Obzadot. One life. Nope. Flux, no. Destroy target creature and lose life equal to its toughness. Return target creature with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Eh. Gain 2 life. No. Vulgar Primordial. Passage, no. Scar Goliath, no. Don't need the staff. Smite, Smog Elemental, Sylvan Primordial, any of the little extort creatures. I don't think I need Thrall Parasite for anything. Like, it has extort, and sometimes removing counters from things is relevant, but only being able to remove one counter for 2 life just doesn't seem that good. I don't think we need the Treasury Thrall either. There's a battlefield, pay any amount of life, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose one of them and exile it. Is a 5 mana 1/3 though, so that's not amazing. I don't need Vizkopa Guildmage. The Tiger. Okay. Gate Crash. Sure, let's double check the gift pack. Or it's 3 cards. Yeah, I don't need it. The vampire is the closest one, and it's still destroying things, so... Got some weird card in the Zhang versus Mu deck, is there? I don't think that there is. Like, there's probably some random life gain cards, but they're not good. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature. That's very awkwardly worded, right? It's just, when my creatures attack, I gain 1 life for each of those attacking creatures. Because it's 1 or more attacks, so it doesn't trigger more than once. Okay. Yeah, at first I'm reading like this feels like it's kind of awkwardly worded, but it's not. It's just my brain's not processing it correctly. Another target creature you control gains flying. Great Mowu. X is the number of lands you control. Gain 4 life, activate this ability only if you control Yangu. Yep, okay. Didn't think so, but I was probably thinking of that dragon when I was like, I should double check, make sure there's not some weird thing. Okay, so guild kits, guild pact, guilds of Ravnica. Yeah, not interested in the haunt creatures, I don't think. Agent of Masks drains everybody on my upkeep. Don't think I need that. Ooh, excuse me. Haunting creature that drains life. A card from an opponent's hand. Exiles a land. Exiles a card from a graveyard and I draw a card. For each creature with mana value 3 or less? I don't think so. Dagger Claw, Debtor's Knell. Do I want Debtor's Knell? It's very expensive as a way to get back my dead things, but it's also continuous and kind of needs to be dealt with once it's in play, so... Also, there's always the chance we want back something our opponents have. 4, and then triple white, black. Dryad Sophisticate, Mirthral, Of Graces, Goreclan Savage, Original Ghost Council, Ghostway. Oh, we definitely want Godless Shrine, so... I don't know that I necessarily need Ghostway. It is another way to protect my creatures. Like, all of my non-token creatures are saved by this, similar to Teferi's protection at that point. Where they're just not there to get hit, so they dodge exiling and being put back into the deck and all those other obnoxious things. So maybe. Also, it does allow me to blink all of the good comes into play and leaves play and all that triggers. So, which will let me gain tons of life. Gain life equal to its power. Don't think so. +1/+1. Ooh. Tap target creature. 1 life. This creature token makes my creature spells uncounterable. There's Leyline of the Void. Hey. Sacrifice a creature. Target creature can attack this turn. Nope. Don't need the Moratorium Stone. Mortify. Morning Thrall. Page Mark. I need Basilica. Target player gains a life. Each player loses 1 life. Nope. Pontiff. Church of Deals. Sleepless No. Focus. Light. Any mana values to sacrifice creatures. Nope. Black was spent. Target player discards a card. No. Yep. This creature deals damage equal to its power to target attacking or blocking creature. Nope. Skeletal Vampire. No. No. For Souls of the Faultless is dealt combat damage, you gain that much life, and attacking player loses that much life. No. Oh, there we go. Storm Herd. Create a number of 1/1s equal to my life total. Not entirely kidding about Storm Herd. If we're going to run all of the things that gain me life when creatures come into play, getting to double, triple, or octuple my life total for 10 mana is not the worst idea in the world. It might not make it, but certainly interesting. I do have to gain a ton of life, though. Like, I probably need to gain 2 life per creature coming in, so that way I don't just die instantly to Massacre Worm the next turn. Like, oh, I put a number of 1/1s into play equal to my life total, and then double my life total, and then I lose 2 life for each creature I had. And then I died. The end. Alright, so that's Guild Pact. We are at the hour mark. Do I want to break it up into 2 things? I did have some other stuff I had wanted to do today before Friday Night Magic, which, yes, is several hours from now, but I don't want to rush everything right before then either. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it here for right now. So, thank you for watching. I might be on later doing more Magic stuff before Friday Night Magic if I have time, but we'll see. If I do, it'll probably just be to draft more March of the Machines. If you're interested in that, just watch for the notification. Free to follow. Just throwing that out there. And I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.